Welcome back, disc golf fans, to the Back Nine coverage of the semi-final round of the 2021 Disc Golf Pro Tour Championship, presented by Guaranteed Rate. Brian Earhart here, joined by Nate Perkins, and I don't know what to expect now. The front nine was an absolute roller coaster.
It was a disaster.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I'm sorry.
You're not wrong.
I want everyone to succeed on this Gatekeeper coverage. They need to turn up the heat. Kyle Klein kept Jones at 2, James Conrad and Nikko. They did make it back to even par after a rough start. It was impressive. Checking out the leaderboard though. Adam Hemis, 7 on the front. Drew Gibson, he went 5 under through 6. He finished at 5 on the front. Nathan Queen, Gannon Burr also making another run. This is their 3rd time playing the track. Here we are in hole 10. A really tricky 345-foot par 3. Very tough green to access here. We've seen a lot of different shots on this one.
I love that players are taking this turnover line on the left side. There's a tree that makes that window so tight. And James is opting to go straight. That's a little bit low, but let's see if it has enough speed on it. And it was going to. He still has a circle 2 look at the basket. Not a bad shot.
Kyle going night strike.
So it looks like is he going outside gap? He is. Does it have enough understability? And not too bad. And you heard James telling him so smooth. When you get that compliment from James, you know it's not that bad of a shot. Kevin probably going outside with a forehand here. Oh, he's going inside. Heiser flip.
Yeah, that's a really crafty forehand line right there.
A long turnover from Nikko. Oh no, that was the last tree he needed to miss. Needed to push just a bit more forward. He's able to just get up and down there for a 3.
And that's the difference when he doesn't get that nose down, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If you just get it a little nose up or even flat like he did right there, it just kind of sails.
He really banks on those putts coming in as kind of like a dive bomb, similar to Ricky's putt. And buckets from circle's edge. Kyle moves to 3 under. And now he is right back in the mix.
We had about 500 spectators in the tight woods. It's pretty wild.
And you wonder if they're going to start building out infrastructure to accommodate more spectators on these types of tracks, or they're going to just have to start raising the price of tickets to play on some of these tight tracks. Hole number 11. Long, straight tunnel off the tee. If you throw distance driver, you can maybe take a little bend to the right into consideration. If you get in front of the short pad, you are in a good position to attack for birdie, but the birdie is never a straightforward shot. You're going to really have to bend that corner if you want an easy look for the birdie. Great Great par 4. And Kyle clubbing down to a fairway driver again. I still firmly believe that just hitting the fairway is exactly what you want.
Yeah, you really just want to get this one on the ground in front of that short pad there.
He has stood up on that.
And so, Brian, we were talking about getting spectators in the woods, and I had this thought on the course today, actually. If money wasn't an issue, what if you could build a canopy, like a walking platform up in the canopy?
Kind of like a high ropes course.
So the players are playing on the ground.
Yeah.
But the spectators are walking in the trees and are looking down onto the playing field.
VIP zip line?
Yeah, and you can go from hole to hole.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wealthy investors?
Hit us up.
And Kevin with some Matty O body English on that one. Beautiful sidearm. I think he's going to be able to throw another long panning sidearm on that second. And Nikko hard hyzer out of the hand. That had some serious understability on it, but he actually pushed to a decent spot. Not sure if birdie is in play from there. And you know, whatever it may be in the future, some sort of creative solution to accommodate all these new fans is going to have to happen, because it's not like traditional golf where it's built out for spectators.
Well, we can't just leave the woods. We have to have
It's a part of the game, yeah.
a good part of our tour, playing through tight fairways. And yeah, what's the answer? How do you fit thousands of spectators? How do you give them a view of the players without putting them at risk?
Exactly.
And without, putting the shots at risk?
Nikko has thrown it about 150 to 200 feet. He's going to be able to get up and down at least for a par, potentially a long look at birdie. Here's Kyle for his long look. And that has a shot, Nate.
Kev money. Oh, just a little early.
Just off the top band. Nikko's had a couple of those circle 2 looks just miss high or just miss low. James with another birdie. The man is under par. He has finally done it. And for the viewers at home, what do you think? What is your creative solution for accommodating 1,500 spectators at a course like Hornet's Nest? Is that possible?
PrizePicks is daily fantasy sports made easy. Simply pick the over-under on 2 or more players, and that's it. You can win up to 10 times your money in just one day. Download the PrizePicks app today and get your first deposit match up to $100.
Face gold, your lips, your turning blue. You've been so good with everything. Get this up to you. No, get a field of grass. No,
Right, hole 12, longest hole here at Hornet's Nest. Trying to get 420 to 500 out into the center of this fairway. And then as you said before, Brian, this second shot is always so unique depending on how far left or right you are in the fairway. For the right-hand player, it's typically a pretty steep turnover, and you're trying to get it back to flat as it's flying through the gap.
Oh, and challenging the tree line on the left, James has pounded a flex shot. Look at this. That is large. He's on the right side. He's going to have a tight angle, but I think he can do it from there.
Yeah, the further right you are, the steeper you have to throw that anhyzer.
And
stable up.
Extremely fortunate kick for Kyle, especially with where he stands right now.
That's another one for our course in Belize.
That is way up in the air. That red D2 is flippy. Threw that so high and it still flipped on him. He wants that to drift more right. I think he is gonna be, yeah, just on the edge. We'll see if he has a run up from there. Oh my.
Wow.
And he has just pumped a roller. He's going to have...
Pretty good shot.
Yeah, pretty easy up and down, I think. And Kyle is also in a decent spot, at least. Bogey is not in play. And this is what we were looking at. Does Nikko have a decent approach here? I think he does. And he just gets caught up on that right side. Finally, we get to James's smash of a tee shot. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Time's kind of running out on us, Brian.
Yeah, they're about to get to that stretch of the course where literally anything can happen. You can finish 4 under or 4 over.
Yeah, you have to throw premium lines to score on this back.
And another long circle 2 look, just missing low. Nikko, just some uninspired golf as of late. And as we move into hole number 13, this kind of feels like the home stretch. 419-foot hard yet subtle dogleg to the left. There's some slope right to left that also makes the righty backhand hyzer a little tougher. You're seeing some people try that drifting forehand, but James is going to go something a little bit understable on this one. And it's still cooking over to the left. That is where so many decent drives land. You know, watched Gannon Burr throw a shot on this earlier in the week with something very understable, and that shot was able to finish straight towards the basket, but it is so hard to pull that off. And you saw Kyle is trying that type of line, and that went just a little bit too straight.
Yeah. It's a fine line between, you know, because you're throwing you need to throw something flippy to kind of match that slope as you're coming into the green, and that's typically the miss you'll see, is it flipping up too much, going too straight.
Yeah, you need it to move left, but you need it to finish straight. That's not easy. And Kevin has matched the slope of the hill with that forehand turnover. He is going to be putting from 25 feet.
I believe that's an F5 that he's throwing for.
That's awesome. And there is a lot of commotion.
I think that might be the same disc that Kev was throwing on hole 15 at Worlds. That putt that we keep seeing replayed.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
the
and
elevated
Nikko.
pin.
Just a little high on the hill. The attachment to the player and the equipment in disc golf is unlike any other sport that I've been a part of.
Yeah, the equipment, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There's not like,
People calling
that's the
their-
club that
yeah.
Tiger used.
No, it's
do
people
they?
calling a putter their baby. You know, it's people calling a flippy mid-range their baby. Okay. And Nico's Faith, a newer putter that is slowly becoming his baby, finally cashes from circle 2. That was a beautiful rundown putt. He's finally under par. Is it too little too late, though? Okay.
What a putt. Wow.
Now the putters are heating up.
Gatekeeper, rewind.
Just shoved that on Anheuser.
Come on.
I mean, James still has a look. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Yeah, the math is still there.
Yeah.
He can get some birdies. What a pretty stroke this kid has developed.
And that was for par. That was some
Was it?
serious poise,
Wow.
hitting a tree right in front of him. Oh, yeah. Birdie for Jones. And now we finally have a ball game. Moving into number 14, anything can happen on this hole.
Another hole here at Hornet's Nest where the smallest part of the gap is immediately off the tee. You have to lace this tee shot with power. It's 415 feet. It sets up great if you have the forehand power. It's an incredibly difficult right-hand backhand. To get it to turn that late in the flight is very special.
That's elite level skill set right there. Controlling the final fifth of the flight. And James gets it to drift over to the right and sneaks through some of those trees. He's going to be inside circle 2. And Kevin is thinking flippy D2 here.
Yeah, he's kind of thinking, how flippy do I want to go? You know,
I'm sure he wants to maybe back off the speed a little bit as well and just focus on consistency. Wow, what a skip. Kind of an unfortunate roll, but puts him to about 45.
Pretty good 4 call.
And he kind of has to make that putt, it feels like. Look at the angle he just lined up. This is something very understable. Oh, and he just crunched that on Heiser. It still flipped all the way over.
I thought he had it. It just needed to ride straight a little bit longer.
It's a tough line he was lining up. Very technical. Nikko.
He's in a bad spot over here early right.
4.
And that's potentially going to even do it for him. I hate to be so pessimistic at this point. But he just is now whacking his way through the trees back and forth. It's on Nikko again.
Is this for a 5?
I think this is for his double bogey. And that is going to be pretty much it for Nikko Locastro. Kevin still has a shot here. 40, 45 feet.
Oh, and he thought he had it just off the top end. That's just, it's probably the most frustrating part of the basket to hit. You commit it on your line, you hit it center.
Oh, and James cashes another birdie putt. He's tied with Kyle. And he has sufficient holes remaining to make a case for the top 4. It is wild how the front 9 gave this card trouble, and now the back is where we're seeing all the green. The initial nerves are starting to just turn into pure adrenaline at this point. And a triple for Nikko is going to make the next few holes last a lot longer than he wants.
The Destroyer is essential on tour. One of the most versatile distance drivers in Innova's lineup. The new Halo plastic is probably the prettiest plastic that Innova has in their lineup. It makes for a really cool disc to bag. Very confident in throwing the Destroyer and keeping it in bounds at far ranges.
We are here at the gauntlet number 15, kind of a staggered gap. Heiser flip out of the hand for the backhand. And it has to finish straight. A lot of players are opting for a forehand just to see the gap in front of them. This is maybe less than 5 feet across. With a Mando. And luckily, James kicks straight down. Yeah, Kevin is simply going with a forehand. He just wants to see the gap.
Pulled it.
Pulled it, but out in the open. Made the Mando.
Man, Kyle is really leaning on this night strike this round.
Just a touch of understability. And there is his birdie opportunity to move to 4 under par.
Yeah, you almost have to wonder at what point do these players start to try and throw it in?
Yeah.
They've got to be checking the scores, and
At this point, they're seeing Adam is shredding. Paul Macbeth is right there. He's still someone they have to catch. There is still some wiggle room for the last spot. And that is the putt Kyle needed to keep the pace. If he gets 16, 17, 18, he is making a strong case for that top 4.
and Kyle's the 5th seed.
Exactly.
So he has an advantage over everybody but that lead card.
And they're also saying Nathan Queen, the 28th seed in the tournament, is also at this point in the top 4 playing very well. They just need to tie him.
Hole 16, dual fairways here. We're flying down the more popular of the two. It's slightly uphill off the tee, and then you just lose all of this ground here. There's OB deep. You can't just punch this one straight. Has to start to hyzer at the end of its flight.
Kyle going driver here. Little inside. I don't know if he likes it. Couldn't quite tell where that ended up.
This is such a specific gap.
It is so satisfying to put one down into circle 1 on this one. Everything has to go right.
And it's a small gap, and it's one of the harder ones to hit because it's later in the flight. That is it.
What a shot from James Conrad. We've done so many form checks on James. Just enjoy. Enjoy him piping a gap. You just love how the elbow is off the body. All of his levers are working in unison. One of the best overall throwers of a flying disc that I have ever seen in my entire life. Ooh, overstable disc from Kev. And that did not get down there far enough.
Real nice.
And Nikko doesn't like it, but he doesn't realize how incredible the kicks are that he just got.
That's a big putt right there. He's going to have that left for par. Kev has to throw this in, Brian.
Little air bounce. No. Oh, boy. He is putting for bogey from circle 2. That is huge for Kyle.
Wow.
Just launched that high left side 45-footer. He can get 17, 18 and put pressure on the rest of the competitors. And just like that,
It's crazy how quick it happens. I mean,
he's done.
Kev is done for the year.
One mistake. Obviously, not just one. But, I mean, coming down the stretch, it's wild with this format. Especially with UDisc being a tool now. You're moving to number 17. You legitimately can throw 2 putters off the tee. You can go putter, and then putter to the corner, putter up to the landings or up to the green, and take a birdie here. A lot of players don't want that. They are trying to get up as far as they can. So many different ways to play this challenging par 5.
We have seen a couple eagles over the past couple years. Ezra Aderholt actually got it twice, didn't he?
Yeah. So, and that's the reason why I think a lot of players are not throwing putter off the tee. They're trying to see what's possible.
James definitely lining up a big shot here, going photon.
Oh, it's kicked back. You're on the tee pad.
And James does not care about being on that tee pad. James wanted all of it. He wanted the eagle going into number 18. And so does this man.
Nice. Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle.
And that is about as good as it gets.
Yeah, not quite to the corner, about 100 feet short of where you would like to be if you're really trying to play for that eagle.
There's a shortcut if you want to go through the woods on the left. I've seen players do it. And it's demoralizing at this point to know that you're out of the round. Kevin is in the same boat now. Just has to finish the tournament.
Oh, and you could see James actually checking UDisc right there.
Just so many mature trees on this fairway. Kevin's looking up. He's looking to cut the corner potentially. This could get messy. Oh my goodness, he's found out of bounds back there?
There's a Mando.
I wonder if he didn't even know.
I wonder as well.
Yikes. The wheels on the bus have officially come off.
Oh, and Kyle is trying to cut the corner here, Brian.
I didn't hear anything, but I think he at least has an up and down for a birdie. And James just knows he wants birdie on this.
Drop zone for the mandatory.
Oh. And Kevin just flings a forehand. He knows he just needs to finish and walk off. Kyle needs to get this up and down, and he gets a wonderful kick off that tree. He is a higher seed than James. And James is right there for birdie as well, so this could be exciting coming down to number 18.
That's hard to do. Get
What?
to sit on the rock.
It's a nice little trick shot. And oh boy. And forgive me, that was for a par for James. Kyle is the one putting for birdie. Okay. One hole left. And at this point, he knows what he needs to shoot.
How do you get what you want? Eric Weimer, blind man, wanted to climb Mount Everest. My man crazy, but he believed it was possible.
We're gonna do it.
And because he believed, he became the first blind person ever to stand on top of the world. Guaranteed Rate believes in your dreams. That's why we treat everyone like we treat our own family and work extra hard to get you the lowest low rate possible. Because if you believe, you will.
Hole 18. It's 486. It plays slightly downhill. The rough on the right doesn't allow the right-handed player to throw a shot that they would normally throw at this distance. They have to bend it from left to right.
And Kyle has an opportunity to put pressure. And that is fading a bit too far.
Sit.
He is just on the outside of circle one, looking at the basket pin high. 6 down normally is a good number.
Photon here for James.
I mean, he has to be running the ace on this one, right?
Look at this. Get it. Oh my.
No way. Nate.
Wow. Whoa, Brian, that was close.
And I love how he just landed it softly behind the basket, too.
Yeah,
He threw just the
DGOE.
perfect flex line.
Oh, that was within a couple feet.
Wow.
He has this just special ability. He's got this special move.
It's like he's a
L1, R1 at the
professional
same time.
disc thrower or something like
Gosh.
that. All right. Nikko just needs a little momentum going into the off season.
Flip, baby.
And that is not going to be it. And he is out of bounds. Kevin going flippy D2 forehand. Oh boy.
I'm just gonna re-tee. Is it an option?
No.
It's not. Isn't it always an option if you go out of bounds?
We need speed of play, right?
Oh, is he going with the pterodactyl? I love that. The fans love it. I love it. Unfortunate round for Nikko. But this is it. Oh,
what a game,
man.
Kyle Klein. We are going to be saying that name quite a bit.
We're going to see
over
him
the next
for the
decade.
I was just about to say that. His skill set is, he's so creative already.
He's in full control of every shot.
Yeah. That ability to control the entire flight of the disc usually doesn't come that early.
Yeah, and like you said, it just all seems low impact.
Yes. I mean, disc golf is, guaranteed rate commercials, Johnsonville koozies, LL Bean sponsorships. People are finding out about this game, and they're discovering what we already love so much about it. That is it. And Kyle Klein shot the 6 down. Does he have what it takes to move on to the finals? Let's take a look at the leaderboard. He unfortunately comes a stroke short. Nathan Queen, Drew Gibson, Paul Macbeth, Adam Hammis will play for $30,000 in one round of 18 holes. Sunday is going to be insane.
And Brian, if I'm not mistaken, this might be the end of an era. This was our last round of the season.
Oh, wow.
Guys, it's
What a
been
treat.
a pleasure. Gatekeeper, thank you so much. Thanks everybody for tuning in to our coverage.
Wow. We'll see you guys next year. That's sad. Bye.